Meeting to order. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Okay. Did we have a chance to read the minutes?
I have no additions or corrections.
If that's a motion, or something, if not, I'll make the motion to approve.
It's been moved by Bill and seconded by Eric. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There's nobody here.
So, commission comments and committee reports.
I had none this week.
I had none.
Well, I attended a solid waste meeting on last Wednesday, and the first thing they did in the meeting is they elected the Joint Communication Board is made up of the police chief, the fire chief, and it's also the sheriff, emergency management, EMS, and I'm missing somebody. Oh, there's an at-large
Police
member
chief.
from the county fire.
Police chief, did you mention?
That's the police chief,
Yeah,
fire
I
chief.
can't get so far.
Yeah. So anyway, there's election of officers. Ted Graff was elected president, and Mike Wilson was elected vice president. One of the things that we discussed a little bit was there's a joint resolution between the county and the city that was passed in 2014, and it calls for the city and the county to both approve the budget of the Joint Communications Board. And it also calls for that it be funded through 9/11 taxes and fees in a separate interlocal dealing with the solid waste and joint communications. I got to tell you, we haven't had able to get an interlocal agreement with the city in that period of time. Right now, the county is kicking in about $300,000 from sales tax that we collect. The rest of the municipalities aren't paying their share. And I guess for county citizens, it amounts to probably almost $2 million in your taxes. If the cities are paying their fair share, our tax rate could be lower. We could use that sales tax for our own purposes. So just to keep that in mind. Anyway, they started doing the budget process, the joint communications, and I'll keep you updated as we move towards later in the spring, because we have to have it done by the 1st of May, that part of the budget. Okay, new business before the board. I got a couple items here. We have the annual noxious weed eradication progress report, and we do this annually. We approve the report, and the chair would entertain a motion to approve the report as presented.
Also, Mr. Chairman.
I will second.
Any further questions? Hearing none, I assume you're ready to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Let's sign it up on that. I'm having a big paper day. The next thing we have a purchase order for information technology. It's for Converge 1. It's actually a purchase order for switches and router switches, firewalls and stuff for the phone system. Amounts to $11,649.60. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the purchase order.
So moved.
So moved. Do I have a second?
I second.
So moved and second. Do you have any other further comment? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. I get that one signed. Any other further new business? Old or unfinished business before the board? Anything that we need to bring up? County councilor updates.
Kelly Fummler gave notice that she did not want to remain on the panel of appointed attorneys on misdemeanor and juvenile cases because, well, I guess it doesn't really matter why, but anyway, Robert Steffen, who is an attorney who lives here in Atchison, but who has primarily practiced in Topeka and Shawnee County, has agreed to come on to the panel. And so I do have a contract for attorney services with Mr. Steffen. That
Just as a point of it, don't we usually go out and advertise?
well, we haven't in the past, and we haven't because
So the last time we had 2 or 3 different.
we had 2 applicants when we had a position open. For the past several years, the membership on the panel has been pretty static. It's been the same attorneys. There were at one time 5 attorneys, and then it went to 4 attorneys. And then those 4 attorneys had remained on the panel for several years. When we had an opening earlier, there were 2 people that expressed interest, and it was Mr. Steffen and Judd Herbster. And we did not we didn't advertise it.
Is there anybody else out there, Pat?
No, and that's why there were a couple of local attorneys that I thought might be interested in it, and I've talked with them.
Because at the time that we had these 2 nominations, there was a reason we elected Herbster.
Yeah, I'm sure there was. I don't know anything negative about Mr. Steffen. I don't.
Okay, so
We need to have another person on the panel in
right.
February, and if you I suppose if you wanted to advertise some way, we could do that. But I think I reached out to all of the I reached out to all the local attorneys that would be interested in being on it. And if you, I mean, we can talk about any of the specifics, I guess, if you want to. But I'm confident that there are not any attorneys with their primary offices in Atchison County, Kansas, that want to be on that list that are not on that list.
Okay, the chair would entertain a motion to enter a contract with Robert Steffen on the panel for public defenders. Is that the right terminology?
Yeah, for juveniles and misdemeanors.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Also move, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0.
I think there's just one signature that's.
Yeah, there is just one signature. Okay. Anything else, Pat?
No.
Yeah, I have a question. You were talking about Julie Clem being on the board.
Yes.
What
Yes.
has happened there?
Well, I've talked with her, and she is willing to be on the panel again for another 4-year term.
Okay. Do we sign an alternate?
I don't believe we do.
I had a citizen ask me if we would be
It's,
considered.
I think we just notify the Office of Judicial Administration in Topeka, the Supreme Court, essentially, that who's nominated or who's appointed by the board. So we have 2, Rosemary Neese and Julia Clem, are currently on and have been for several years. And
I just had a citizen inquire.
okay, I had asked. There's no reason you couldn't take it up today if you want to take it up today. I had asked Michelle to put it on the agenda in the middle of February. I can't remember if it was the 11th or the 18th, but
Okay.
it is on your agenda so that we don't forget it. Okay.
Should we be advertising for other people?
I think that's up to you, I guess. She's been on that commission for several years, and I think has
More
done
than
a
20?
very good job.
More than 20?
It may be because
Is she real active attending meetings?
oh yeah. They only have meetings when there's an opening for
I
a
see.
judge. I think she may have been on the panel when Judge Asher was appointed, and that would have been in 1995.
Okay.
So I think she very well may have been on that long.
So you're gonna bring it up later this month, right?
18th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to solicit letters of interest, you may do so.
Well, I have someone who's come to me, and I didn't know whether there was a process. Should I have them send you a letter of interest, or
It's however you want to proceed.
what would you be your recommendation? I guess we should let other people know too.
Well, honestly, my recommendation would be to appoint Julia Clem again, because I think she's done a superb job on it for the past several years. That said, it's really up to the three of you who you want to appoint.
Sure, I understand that. Okay. We can discuss it on the 18th. Okay. That's it. Anybody need an executive session? We've come to the end of the agenda. I shall entertain a motion to adjourn at 1:14 p.m.
So moved.
I'll second.
All
With
in favor,
one point
say-
of discussion. Go Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, will you do the little dance too, Eric? Or?
Off camera.
Yeah. Okay. That'd be an open meeting violation.
Oh,
Get the rest of us to just.
I can dance. Nobody has to watch.
Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. We are adjourned.